Good evening, good morning, good afternoon. This is Statistical and Geospatial Insight YouTube channel. We're meeting again in lesson number 31, which is about parametric and non-parametric tests. By the end of this lesson, you'll be able to use the right parametric test and the relevant non-parametric equivalents. This table here uh, indicates or give a detail of the non-parametric and the parametric test. For example, when you are dealing with one sample, the non-parametric test for one sample is Wilcoxon sign rank test, or it is known as the sign test, and its counterpart, the parametric test, is the one sample t-test. What does it mean? It means that when the assumption for the parametric test fails for one sample, immediately you can use the non-parametric equivalent, which is the Wilcoxon sign rank test. For two groups, the non-parametric test is the Mann-Whitney U test when the group are not related. For the related group, you can use, that is to say, when you have the pair group, for example. When it is not unpaired, and when it is paired, you can use the Wilcoxon sign rank test for the dependent samples. There are equivalent parametric tests for the unrelated, that is the two independent sample. You can use two independent sample t-test. For the related, you can use the sample t-test, the paired sample t-test. Again, for two groups here, you can use Wilcoxon rank sum test for that. For more than two groups, for example, for the non-parametric test, you can use Kruskal-Wallis test. And when we are dealing with the related groups, we can use the Friedman's ANOVA test. Whereas for the parametric equivalent test, one-way ANOVA is an equivalent of the non-parametric Kruskal-Wallis test, whereas repeated measure ANOVA is an equivalent of the Friedman's ANOVA test. So for two groups also, you can use post-hoc test here. Again, for non-parametric tests, you can use the spear rank correlations to measure associations, and for the parametric, you can use the Pearson correlation coefficients. All of these measure association, but the difference is whether your data respect the parametric assumption or not. So here, when your data does not, or your data violates the parametric assumption, to measure association, you can use the Spearman rank correlations, whereas for the parametric data, you can use the Pearson correlation coefficient. Again, to measure relationship or association between categorical data, we discussed about the type of data before. So for categorical data, you can use the chi-square test of goodness or of fit. And also we can use the chi-square test of independence. And then we can use chi-square test of homogeneity. So to measure the change proportion between two paired dichotomous group, for example, when you have yes or no, you can use Magnemar test in this case. Level of measurement and multivariate statistical technique is really very important. For example, here you have independent variables and dependent variables, and then the technique that we are going to use. If your independent variable is numerical and the dependent variable is numerical, what do you use? We use multiple regression test, or you can use binary regression test, all the same. And when your independent variable is nominal or it is numerical, that is categorical or numerical, and the dependent variable is nominal, you can use logistic regression. We're going to look at all these type of tests. And when you have your independent variable is nominal or numerical, and the dependent variable is only numerical, you can use the Cox regression test. And when you have independent variable which are nominal or numerical, whereas the dependent variable is numerical, you can use ANOVA and MANOVA. So when you have again in the independent variable nominal or numerical, and the dependent variable is nominal or two or more values, you can use discriminant analysis. And when you have only the independent variable is numerical and the dependent variable, no dependent variable, you can use factor and cluster analysis. Thank you to follow. Please subscribe to the YouTube so that once new videos are uploaded, you'll be informed immediately.